Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them all dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh yeah, everybody out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey, Steve Harvey, why don't you join in? Steve Harvey, get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. So y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Well, all right. I learned something. And it's sharing time. And I am ever appreciated. I do appreciate God for all that he allows me to learn in my life. Well, one of the best lessons I've learned is that hardship teaches you some great lessons. Challenges brings about some of my best results. I think what I'm trying to say is, in every challenge and hardship, every setback, I've learned something so valuable. So here's what I've known this, but I've just learned it at a different angle. Appreciation and gratitude is the key to having more. Now, I don't know how that sounds to you, but I can't tell you how true it is. God being fair and just, as he really is. He really is. He's a fair and a just God. What's most beneficial to us is he happens to be full of mercy and grace. And I'm telling you something, man. I've probably benefited from his grace and mercy more than anything else. I mean, really, man, if it wasn't for him just forgiving me, and then for him just touching my life the way he has, I mean, I'm not here in this position today. I'm just not. But a funny thing has happened along the way, even to you, if you look at it, is that your genuine appreciation and gratitude has been the key to you having more, for your continued blessings, and for making room for heaven to open up and pour out blessings that you don't have room enough to receive. If you look at it, see, God being a fair and just God, which he is, why would he put more on you than you can bear? If you've noticed everything that's happened in your life, if you're still here, you've made it. You know, forget how rough it was, got that, but you made it. Forget what it sent you through and how it made you feel. You made it. Now, what makes people give up, and you hear about people committing suicide, is they leave the God out of their life. And they start allowing that other voice to control. And if it's really true that God never puts more on you than you can bear, as long as you stay connected to God, you can get through anything. But you lose that connection. You lose that communication. You lose that relationship with him. If you're not having a relationship with God, then who you having a relationship with? Now, it ain't but two forces at work at all time. It's good and evil. It's positive and negative. It's God, it's Satan. Now, this is at work all the time. So if you're not being positive about everything, you leave room for negativity to step in. If you're not trying to be righteous in your way, then you allow evil to step in. If you don't work on your relationship with God, come on now, look who you letting step in. So now, I'm asking you to understand that God never puts more on you than you can bear. Okay, now that we got that clear, that's a fact. Okay, now with that fact in mind, let's go over this right here. Why would God, being as just and merciful as he is, put more on you than you can bear? Example, if God is giving you blessings and all you're doing is complaining about them, you're never showing any appreciation or gratitude about it, why would he give you some more stuff to be ungrateful for? Why would he give you some more stuff to complain about? Why would he give you some more stuff that you would not show any more appreciation for? I mean, this thing is real simple, man, ain't it? If you think about it. So a lot of times, man, when I was going through my positions of not having and wondering and all like here, I ended up checking myself and going, man, I'm not even showing any gratitude or appreciation for the things he has done for me. Start showing some appreciation and gratitude, because it's the key to having more. It's the key to continued blessings. It's the key to the windows of heaven opening up and pouring out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive. It's the appreciation and gratitude of what you already have. As minimal as it may appear to be right now for you, it is still what you have. But if you've shown no gratitude for the minimal, why would he give you the maximum? I mean, I'm just trying to put it real simple so I can keep understanding this thing right here. So let me give you an example in my life. I had gotten so busy at one point that I had began to complain about how busy I was. Now, this is true because I am busy, but it ain't the busy part because I asked to be busy. You know, I asked God to give me opportunities and to make a way for me. Well, in that, you got to do something and you got to get busy. But I began to complain about the busyness and how busy I was. And I noticed that a couple of things slowed up for me. So I had got to the point where I wasn't showing real gratitude for it. Well, I looked up and a couple of things started slowing down. And then I had to catch myself. And I went, wow, man, you have got to start embracing the fact that you are this busy. Embrace the fact that what all comes along with it, because to whom much is given, much is required. You got to start embracing the requirement part if you want to continue with the giving part. So I changed my attitude. I caught myself and I started thanking him and showing real gratitude for how busy I was instead of complaining about how busy I was. And then guess what? It opened up the windows of heaven and some more blessings got poured out. It just works that way all the time for everybody, for me, for you, for everybody. So listen, y'all, again, your appreciation and gratitude is the key to having more. Your appreciation and gratitude is the key to continued blessings. And your appreciation and gratitude is the only way that you can get those windows of heaven to open up and pour out these blessings that you won't have room enough to receive. You got to act like you're glad for what you got in order to get more. You feel me? Let's go.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your undivided attention, please? This here is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Now, today's show is dedicated to me. I'm dedicating this one to me because I have decided today from the beautiful country of Botswana that I, Steve Harvey, was going to be pretty ignorant today. And that's a decision I've made. Please join in with me. Hold your breath. Hold yourself. Or just hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Strawberry.
Oh, one of my favorite days. Good morning, Steve. Make me proud.
I'm going to let him have it. I just decided. Don't worry, girl. Don't even worry, girl.
I want to cry.
Have I ever let you down?
No, you have not, sir.
Thank you. Carla Farrell.
I love the don't even worry girl, though. I got you.
Please. I've decided that today was going to be that. And if I miss, I got help. Junior boy.
Morning, Unc. Backing you up right here.
Yes, right. Nephew Tommy.
Yay. In the building.
You on a delay?
Yeah.
No,
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. So what's going on over there, y'all?
Oh, in America?
Oh, over
what's
here.
going on over there where you at?
In the USA?
What Trump
Yeah.
do something? Man, I tell you right now.
Nah, they just
I'm
tripping
tired
about
of
the chicken
explaining him.
sandwiches.
You what?
I said I'm tired of explaining him.
Oh, over there
Over
in
there?
Botswana?
Yeah, the president. I am tired. How could you let such a thing happen?
Yeah.
Why did you all do this?
Yeah, we feel the same
Why
way.
why does he say the things about us he says? Hey man, I can't answer that question. Oh, man.
Yeah, I can only imagine what the world thinks when they look at us right now.
One dude asked me, has your president ever been here? I said, look, man, quit calling him my president, okay? Let's just start.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
You ain't finna take all the
He's
weight.
the president.
Yeah. Well, the good news is next year we have a chance to change that if we get to the polls, like we did this
And
past
vote.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Democrats made a show.
Democratic governor in
Uh-huh.
Kentucky.
And yeah,
That's good news. They got out and voted.
where Trump visited and tried to make a difference at the last minute, and it didn't work. So, I mean, voting matters. It just does. It just does.
Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Shirley, your energy's a little low. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Is my energy low? Okay, let me pick it up.
I thought I could just tell the difference.
Oh, okay.
You know,
No, I'm good.
I've been working with you in radio longer than anybody.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
I said I've been working alongside Shirley longer than anybody. I can tell when anything's going on in her voice.
Yeah,
Just take-
next year will be 20 years. No, I'm good, Steve. Good. I'll pick it
Okay.
up.
Good. Okay.
It's a little
I'm
early.
good at picking up stuff in voices. Julie.
Yeah, you are. Spent a lifetime at it. He's doing
That's
that.
my job.
You a
baby.
trip, Steve.
All right, listen, we'll pick up the energy coming up at 32 after the hour. Ask Steve, your favorite segment, coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time now for Ask Steve. Steve, of course, this is your favorite segment. We're going to ask you questions. I'll ask that you keep your answers short.
Are these
That way we
these
can get
real
more
questions
in.
that y'all actually ask me?
What do you mean?
Yeah. What do you mean? Why these real questions?
You think they're fake?
Why you think we got fake
Oh,
questions?
Just ask a regular.
No.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Shirley. You
I'll
started
kick
like
it
we
off.
always
I'll kick
do.
it off. All right.
Jesus.
All right, Steve. So growing up and getting grown and all of that, having homes and things, what was your most annoying neighbor like?
The one I got right now, the German lady that stayed next to my house in Atlanta.
What's
Hateful,
the
evil,
problem?
racist ass woman. She's racist.
Oh, really?
She don't like black people at all.
Uh-huh.
She's racist. She lived right next door to me
She lives in
right now.
Atlanta?
Worst neighbor I've ever had. Way worse than Miss Payne that stayed across the street from me in Cleveland.
Oh. What does she do, Steve? What?
She calls the code people all the time. Like if we put new lights up, they too bright. If we run our sprinklers too
Housing
long, she
authority.
reports it. You know, she a one-woman block watch party, and she don't watch nobody's house but mine.
Oh, one
Really,
woman black
Steve?
party.
But there were
Oh,
black people
this
on your block.
this woman, man, is crazy. And then the housing people come out and they have to go, we're sorry to bother you, Mr. Harvey, but we have to come out and check this. I said, cool. I'm not taking no light. Your lights are absolutely perfect, fine. And there isn't a water restriction right now, so you water in your grass is fine. Thank you. This is all the worst person I've ever met.
Wow.
She hates
And you
Marjorie.
have met her.
Wow.
You have met her?
Oh, she
No,
hates
seriously.
your wife too?
She called Marjorie a black bee one day.
What?
No, this is real.
What?
Why
Yeah.
we ain't whooped her ass? What is we talking about?
Man,
She's a little
Tommy.
old lady, Tommy.
You famous. Me and Tommy can do it.
We can send some. We can send another little old lady over there, black, and handle this.
My grandmother ain't doing nothing. She retired. For you?
We got some little old black
No,
ladies.
that's
that
She's
can
the
take
most
this here.
hateful neighbor I've ever had.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
Ever.
She needs to
But a
move
plan
from
is in
Atlanta.
place, so don't even worry about it. Oh, I'm not
Okay.
moving. No.
No, don't let her run you
Oh,
over.
I'm
Okay,
not
I need
moving.
to talk
Steve
to
Harvey.
Marjorie. 'cause-
No,
So
she
wait,
needs to
Steve
move.
Harvey
She
get-
hates black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
And
worry.
she lives
don't
in
worry.
Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
What's coming? Here the funny part. She report to police and then black police come. Steve, what's up? Yeah. She can't stand that.
Let me get a selfie, Steve. What's that?
Hey, man, she be so mad.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I called you. Steve, man, we didn't know this was you. What up?
Let me ask you, does she
Steve,
know
Steve,
you're
and I get a
you?
picture, man. Steve, my mama, man, my mama love you, dog.
But does she know who you are?
Why have we not?
Yeah. Oh, she know.
handled
She
this?
sees you on
it's
TV
hey,
and the
y'all,
whole.
listen
everything.
to me. We handling
Listens to
everything.
you.
Don't even worry
Yeah.
about it. You just asked
Let
me
me
the neighbor
tell you
question.
something though.
She ain't
You
in
can
my life
still
at all.
order her ass whoop. You can still order her ass whoop.
All right,
It ain't
come on,
no
Tommy,
need.
ask your question.
It ain't no need. Her life is ruined. Her life is all jacked up. She's so busy worrying about what's happening on this side of the fence that she can't take care of what's on her side of the fence. People like that, man, that she just evil and hateful.
Yeah.
And I give her plenty of stuff to. I keep a new car coming up in the drive.
Come
Let
on,
me ask
Tommy, what's your question?
Hey, let me tell you something. I got dealerships bringing cars over I don't even want just so she think we got another new.
Popping off.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
All right, why is the man or person or why is the man who invests all your money called a broker? Why would you give your money to somebody that's broke? That don't make no sense to me. But go ahead, because y'all know you got a broker. Why
Tommy
would you give your
question.
money to somebody that's broke?
Anybody else got a question?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna answer him. You can't
on,
just skip
Steve, you
over
have-
his
yeah.
question.
You have to answer it.
Yeah, I can. Anybody
No,
can
Steve,
answer
you
that
said you're going to be ignorant today. You got to just rise to the occasion.
Because
Why
if you
is the
don't-
man you investing with called a broker? Why are you gonna give your man?
Because if you
money
don't
to some-
invest with him, you're gonna be broker.
Why you acting like lady next
Broker.
door? Why you acting like lady next door?
Broke.
Nah. That's why they call him a broker.
Broker.
I'll
on,
be back.
Carla.
Keep it moving.
Tommy said, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Come
Keep it
on,
moving.
Carla.
You in deep thought.
Yeah.
I might give
All right,
you my
Steve.
question.
I love this. What food are you craving right now that isn't available where you are? You up here hewing though.
Oh, real pizza. Just a real pizza.
Oh yeah.
That don't have an entire hog part on it.
Oh.
What, like the head? What are you saying?
Man, they'll have like a piece of bacon sitting on your pizza so damn big it look like ham.
And be halfway uncooked though.
Yeah, they can cook over here, but a little bit different. You just got to. And there's a language barrier about what you order. You can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's lost in translation.
I asked for a fruit platter. They bought me all fruit on a platter, with none of it sliced. I swear to God,
come
that
on.
just happened. That just happened today. A fruit platter, and wasn't none of the fruit sliced, just everything on a platter. I said, this is too much work.
Come on, Junior, ask your question because I'm
All
trying
right,
to get back to Tommy.
All right, how do you get past the past lover?
Why do you get what?
How do you get over a past lover?
Get another one.
Yeah, how do you get
Uh-oh.
over?
We got to carry this over.
Get another one.
Yeah. All right, coming up, Nephew is here with Run That Prank Back.
Get over
right
her
after
with
this.
another her.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, John Witherspoon's Celebration of Life draws some of Hollywood's biggest stars. But right now, the nephew is here with Run That Prank Back. But before we get into that, you had a question you wanted to ask your uncle, right,
you know,
nephew?
before we left, it was Ask Steve, and let me get one more in before we do this prank. If corn oil is made from corn and vegetable oil is made from vegetables, what is baby oil made from?
It's from baby oil comes from little baby is pea. Baby pea. It's actually baby pea. Before it comes out, they drain the baby, and it's inside the baby. So before the pea comes out, they squeeze the baby, and it comes out the butt, and that's oil, and that's baby oil. That's where it comes from.
Thank you,
This
Tommy.
baby
and
oil
thank
comes
you,
from a
Steve.
baby.
There it is.
And it's not pea. It's actually oily. They just squeeze the baby, not real hard. It's just till the baby go.
Not real hard.
And it's just a little, kind of like a squeeze
Okay.
down. It's a little thick, slippery liquid that comes out the butt, and it's called baby oil. And Johnson has gotten in trouble about it a lot of times because a couple people think that they squeeze their baby too hard. That has been a
With him,
problem.
Steve. Yeah.
No, really, that has been a problem.
All right, come on.
All right, here go the prank.
Ignorant
All right, the
Thursday.
prank is, say no more, wedding and a funeral. Wedding and a funeral. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello, this is Ryan.
Hi, I'm trying to, Ryan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Who am I speaking to?
This is Josh over at I'm one of the officials at the church where you guys are getting married tomorrow.
Yeah. How you doing, man? I want to thank y'all for that, too, man. We appreciate it.
Good. Well, we definitely hope to make you a member here sooner or later since you guys are getting married, you know?
Hey, man, I'm trying to get this work schedule changed up. You know what I'm saying? They got me working on Sundays now, man. So as soon as I tweak that and move that around a little bit, I'll be there.
Okay, listen, we have a bit of a situation that's come up. We had some problems and miscommunication, and it's definitely been on our side. They had your name, Ryan, down here with your phone number, as well as your soon-to-be wife, Sonia. They had her name here, but we didn't want to call her with this. We wanted to just reach out and talk to you and see if it just make you aware of what was going on, okay?
Oh, what's going on, man?
There's been a mix-up on scheduling. I don't know if you know, Sister Ola May, she passed away a week ago. And you're not a member of the church, so you wouldn't know her, but she's one of the oldest members here at the church. Sister Ola May passed away. And what's going on is you all's wedding is tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Right.
But the actual funeral is at 3 o'clock here at the church.
Okay. What's your name again, brother? What?
Josh.
Okay, look here, brother Josh. Hey, man, we already got this thing in motion, man. We didn't send out damn near 200 invitations, man. I mean, God bless Sister Ola May.
And I understand that, but I mean, there's no way we could have moved it around. Now, the biggest problem, the funeral home is bringing the casket first thing in the morning. So what I wanted to make you aware of, and I didn't want you to tell your wife this, but the actual casket will be in the sanctuary, but we will have it covered.
Hold up, man. Are you serious? Now, look here, man. Y'all need to move this around. I don't know what y'all going to do. If y'all have a fellowship hall in the back or something like that.
Ryan, the only place we can actually put the casket in, if we didn't put it there, is in the actual room that your soon-to-be wife would be changing in. That's the only place.
You about your mom. My wife ain't fixing to change in no room with no dead body. Are you kidding me?
And you know what? I understood that. That's the first thing I thought of. And that's what I said. Let's just put the casket where it goes for the funeral, and we're going to cover it up. And see, basically, you actually getting...
Wow. I can't even believe you called me with this Man, look here, and excuse my French, man. Yeah, I know I need to get back in the church. I really do. But right now, Doc, this ain't going down like this, man. Now, we didn't already paid the money. And first of all, you know, she shouldn't. I don't even feel like she even had to pay, you know, to hold no wedding over at her church where she pay tithes at. That's the first thing. You know, I ain't like that from the jump. But I went ahead and went with it because she want her pastor to marry us. And now you got the nerve to tell me that y'all rearranged something, that a funeral gonna happen the same day as my wedding, and my wife got to get dressed in the room with a dead body?
Well, no, we're not going to put her in that room. Like I say, I'm putting that body first thing in the morning. I'm going to put that body in the right there in front of the pulpit, and we're going to cover it. Now, what you're getting out of this, you get more flowers because there's going to be flowers from the funeral. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be a little bit of a perk for you. I just wanted you to be aware that there's probably going to be more people than you think because some of the people that's going to be at your wedding is really for the funeral.
Hey, hold on, man. Are you serious right now, man? Look here, Doc. I done paid for this wedding to happen at this church, man, okay? Ain't no disrespect to the lady that is passed. God bless her family. I ain't playing. You not putting no dead body having no funeral at my wedding, man. That's crazy. What the with y'all down there?
Church too, sir. She's a member of the church too.
I don't give a. I don't be no member of the church, man. I done paid for this wedding, and it's gonna happen tomorrow, man. You not fixing to put no dead body at my wedding. Watch your mind.
Okay, Mr. Ryan, I mean no disrespect, but the woman has passed. She is not gonna get up. So,
hey,
I mean, what is the problem?
The problem is your called me with this man the day before my wedding, and we didn't schedule this 6 months ago. I got to spend $25,000, $30,000 on this wedding, okay? And now you're going to tell me that we got to share our wedding with a funeral? What the hell is wrong with you, man?
So let me ask you something. Do you want to have your wedding at this church?
I paid for the what you mean? I'm having the wedding. Okay, I tell you what, let that body be up in the morning. I'm rolling the right out the street. I ain't playing. Y'all can sit out there in the front and throw flowers while throwing rice. But we going to have a wedding inside that sanctuary tomorrow. I promise you that.
Sir, I cannot assure you that it won't be. As I have no other place to put the body.
Okay, well, I bet y'all find somewhere to put it. If I get that tomorrow, there's a body in there. There's going to be a couple of bodies in there. And I ain't. You got two choices: to move that funeral or to reimburse me back this $30,000 I done already spent. Those are the only two choices I want to hear about. Meet me at the front door tonight with a $30,000 cashier check, or we say to have this wedding up in there tomorrow morning. You heard me? I ain't playing at all. No jokes. What the is wrong with y'all, man? You can do something else, man.
Listen, I understand that. Listen, sir.
I don't want to hear no more from you, man. And all I'm saying is it's going to be a wedding at this church tomorrow without the everybody. That's all I'm saying. Push the to the back, man.
Ryan, there's one more a bit of an issue that I need to tell you also.
What the can be worse than a dead body? What issue can be worse than a dead body at my wedding, man?
The issue, sir, that is worse than the dead body is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your best man Jeff got me to prank phone call you.
What? That's hey, you know what, man? The best man about to get the best whooping he can possibly get, man. I ain't playing these and got me the day before. This to get the best beat down possible, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, one more question. What's the baddest radio show in the land, Ryan?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show, babe.
All right. Thank you, nephew. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
David Letterman, Ice Cube, George Wallace. Those were just a few of the people who spoke at John Witherspoon's homegoing service. The 77-year-old passed away suddenly after going into cardiac arrest at his home in Sherman Oaks last week. Letterman, who started off in the comedy game with John, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, and Jay Leno, kicked off the celebration. He said, "I can't tell you the disappointment that this day brings me because John was supposed to speak at my funeral. Now, what am I going to do?" He joked before adding, "If you're interested, sign up in the lobby." Meanwhile,
wow. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ice Cube had a touching tribute to John Witherspoon, and he spoke about how John could take any script, no matter how bad it was, and make it something special. He probably summed up the sentiment on the of the day when he said the world is just not as funny without John Witherspoon. Others who paid tribute to the legend included Cedric the Entertainer and Bill Bellamy. Regina King wasn't able to be at the service, but she sent along a video tribute. The Witherspoon family asked that instead of flowers, donations be made to the Actors Fund or the Angela and John Witherspoon Family Foundation for the Arts. Wow. He was loved.
Wow.
He was.
He really was.
Man.
When you see those types of people coming to a funeral and speaking, taking the time out, that says a lot, man. It really, really does. That the life you lived counted and mattered to so many. So that's great.
Yeah.
It's good news.
In other entertainment news, ABC will show a live recreation of 2 of 70 sitcoms in front of a studio audience the week before Christmas. Get ready for All in the Family. It will be followed by Good Times. The cast for Good Times will be announced in the coming weeks. Wow. The All in the Family and the Jeffersons live recreation was a ratings winner. You remember that back in May with Jamie Foxx playing George Jefferson. Remember that? ABC recreated shows from multiple Emmy-winning Norman Lear creations. Woody Harrelson and Marissa Tomei played the iconic lead roles of Archie and Edith
It was
Bunker.
good. I remember that.
Oh, it was.
It was.
Man, it was really good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and of
Who
course
can-
Jamie
Good
played
times,
George
though,
Jefferson.
y'all.
I know.
Ooh.
Florida and James and
Who gonna play?
Who gonna play James?
who's gonna
Let
play?
James play
James
James.
can
Yeah,
play
James
James.
still here.
Who'd you say?
John
Chief?
A. Mississippi.
Let John
Faison
Amos play
Love.
John.
Oh, Faison.
Faison Love can play who?
James?
Bookman.
Oh, he can play Bookman.
He could play Bookman.
No, you be a good bookman.
I ain't big like that. What?
They do prosthetics, makeup. Come on, you're an
No,
actor.
you talking
gotta
about?
be big.
No.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx wasn't
No,
short
they
like
put
that.
some makeup on you.
Come on.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx ain't short. You ain't tall. So what's wrong? What's the problem?
Get your acting game on.
Hell yeah.
I've never
What
heard
we
an
talking
actor
about?
say that.
Jamie Foxx was George Jefferson. He ain't short.
Yeah.
He played the
Hey,
role.
listen, you know who could play JJ?
That's who I wanted. Who?
DC.
Hell, you could do that
Fly.
too. He's
Young
stupid.
Fly.
Yes.
DC Young Fly could play
would be
that role.
perfect.
Yep, he can play
I'm
JJ.
sorry.
What?
Seriously.
I thought he could play JJ too. He's stupid.
Dynamite.
No,
You're right, though.
if I'm gonna pick a role,
Tommy, you could be everybody in there except Penny
Thelma.
and Thelma. Ooh.
but you know who I'd like you to see you coming in and play?
What?
Sweet Daddy.
Yes.
Sweet Daddy,
JJ,
baby.
you in trouble.
What about Willona?
Walona's still here?
Yeah,
Somebody-
but who can play?
Who could play?
Oh, who
her?
could play Walona?
This is
That would
fun
be a good one
casting.
too. Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh,
Oh,
Jennifer
Yeah.
Hudson.
yeah.
J.
I
Hud.
like that, Steve.
She's studying for Aretha to play Aretha right now. She's reading the script.
Yeah.
Oh,
Carla,
she
what's the
sure
lady
could do it.
on the Help? The movie The Help. She could be.
Viola
she could
Davis?
Be Florida. Her friend. What's the friend?
Yes. That
Oh,
one.
You want
Octavia
Oscar.
Spencer.
Octavia Spencer.
Octavia could be Florida
Yes.
Oh,
she
yeah,
could.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
all
she
day long.
could.
Ooh, this is fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Any ideas for
casting.
Thelma?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Be Thelma,
Who
Steve.
gonna be Thelma?
Ooh, it's
Beyonce.
got to be fine.
I know that's my
Beyonce?
first thing.
Ooh, Beyonce.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bring
Shut all
bring the
this
beat in.
Hell, Beyonce could be Florida if she wants to.
She could be any of them.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. So we got Faison Love playing James. DC Young
Who gonna play
playing
Penny?
JJ.
Janet.
Oh yeah, Janet Jackson.
Tom, I'm sorry.
I'm not Penny, fool. Stop that.
Oh, you know
Well,
who
you
could
didn't
do
want
it?
to. You didn't want to
Yara
play
Shahidi.
Bookman because you wasn't big enough. Now you got it. You the same height.
That's
Yara
Penny.
Shahidi could play it from
Yeah.
Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
She could play Penny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ought to just bring.
Wow, this
Janet
is
back.
fun. I
Janet.
love
Yeah, it
casting.
is. Okay.
Any
Ought to
ideas
just
for
let
Michael?
Janet be Penny.
Grown up, huh?
Uh-huh.
Janet grown up.
Yeah, I have an
Okay.
idea, but off air though. Cause it's funny as hell, but I'll be off the
The
air.
people want to hear it. Let's go. Come on.
Oh hell no.
You'll be off the air.
Not falling for that one.
All right. Well, I can't wait for that. I definitely can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. I'll be watching that for sure.
Yeah, we all will.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Jamie Foxx again was
That was
memorable
classic,
as
man.
George
We-
Jefferson.
You
Yeah,
made sure you was in front of the TV every night that came on. Every
with your
Wednesday
family.
night.
Yeah. All right. Coming up in 20 minutes after the hour, more trending news and topics right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Okay, so Steve, we've heard from some of our listeners in the DMV, that's D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, that area. They are still outraged. I mean, outraged. And who isn't? About a man who was fatally stabbed for skipping the line at Popeyes Chicken in Maryland. According to police, the victim, his name is Kevin Davis. He cut or skipped the line methodically to cut in front of people to get in front of the line where he was confronted by another customer. 15 seconds later, Davis was stabbed outside one time by the man who confronted him, police said. How does a confrontation lead to a homicide in 15 seconds? Also, did you see the viral video of this young woman tearing up her car? Yeah, I saw that, and putting dents in the doors. It was a Mercedes, too, while driving because she didn't want anybody skipping the line, the drive-through line. She didn't want anyone getting in front of her. Yeah, this is crazy now. Come on now. We're doing too much
You know,
for a chicken
I don't. Stabbing somebody over anything.
Yeah.
Period, man.
It's
Period.
But when you start getting down and you talking about over a chicken sandwich, man, what is wrong with us?
I know.
And you know, when I say us, I mean just as a people, as human beings, man, that we don't cherish life enough of another human being to put something in front of it. That's one of the sickest stories.
Yeah.
You know,
it is.
now this fool tearing up her car so don't nobody get in front of her.
Yes. I mean,
Over
she's
some chicken.
over a chicken
The,
sandwich.
the
Chicken,
damage
man.
you've done to your car so you could be next.
And it's a nice car. It's a high end car. It's a Mercedes, and she's just ramming. I mean, just
You know
Yeah.
something, Junior? I think Junior had a good idea the other day. Junior said
what?
we ought to put up the poles outside the chicken places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Voting
I
up
think
right
on
there.
voting day,
Yeah.
we should move
Mm-hmm.
at least 4 booths down to Popeyes.
Yep.
If you that damn committed over a chicken sandwich, I can only imagine if you're a registered voter how enthusiastic you must be about casting your vote.
They
for
probably
the
ain't even
thousands
registered.
and thousands of people who gave up their lives so you could vote. I'm just assuming.
Yeah. So
You've
that's
got to
what
be
we should do.
incredibly
Yeah.
dedicated.
Get
to be.
them registered
I
first.
see.
I like it, Steve. Get them registered first, and then put the polling places outside Popeyes. Come on now. All right, guys. Enough of this chicken stuff. Listen, coming up at 34 after the hour, the wife of the University of Florida football coach causes a little controversy. She kisses. She likes to kiss the players. We'll talk about it right after this.
What?
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, in trending stories, guys, from home station in Gainesville, Florida, the University of Florida head football coach Dan Mullen's wife, her name is Megan. Now, guess what she does? A lot of people do different things for good luck, and they want their players to win the game and to motivate them. Well, what Miss Megan does is that she gives every player a good luck kiss or a hug before every game, whether they like it or not. And here's the thing, she kisses them in the mouth, okay?
Well, can I
kidding
tell you something?
What?
Can I tell
What,
you
see?
something? That ain't got nothing to do with good luck or the game. Little Miss Megan lonely at the house. She saw
Don't
these
say
big
that,
football players
Steve.
coming off this field.
Yeah.
We're going to start kissing in the mouth for these games. Who the hell do that?
Baked brownies.
Yeah.
Who the hell do that? She got some real issues going on that ain't happening at her house. Yeah. I'm going to go down here and kiss all these big, young, fine, black linebackers and can't wait to get my lips on this running back. And these linemen, they just so line up, men.
Well, she has earned the title of surrogate mother with the players, and she thinks of the football players as her extended family. Take a listen.
They're college students, right? But there's so much more demanded of them that anything I can do to, lift their spirits or just acknowledge something special they're doing. You know what? Their moms aren't here. They don't get to see them every day. But when I know they're doing something special, I try to do that.
You don't see that really in most programs. Just to be able to see that and see the time she take out her off time and writing those notes for every single player, it's sweet and it's kind.
So there you go. Some of the players think it's sweet
nice.
and kind. So see, Steve, there you go.
But in the mouth,
yeah, that's cool.
In the mouth.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, okay.
What happened?
My wife ain't going down there kissing all them boys, so do what you want to do. Yeah,
In the
that ain't what's. What is she kissing all their asses for?
Yeah. You better learn
I'll
how
say
to
it again. I'll say it again. In the
five.
mouth. In the mouth.
In the mouth. That's not good.
What'd you say, Junior?
You better learn how to high five. Kissing all these players in the mouth. The whole Florida Gators team gonna come down with mono.
I can see a cheek. I don't mind a cheek, but the mouth though.
Yeah.
Coach, your wife's tongue is.
You know how many kisses that is every Saturday?
But they look at her as a surrogate mother. Okay.
Oh no,
Okay.
no, that sounds good in the press. That ain't what it looked like.
Yeah, most of the
that's
players
cool.
are cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah, if the
Yeah.
players is cool with it, then cool, But don't say nothing if you get kissed back, though. Okay? I'm just saying. Catch one of them boys right.
The tweet has gone viral, and people are asking, is it appropriate? Because the people on social media are feeling a bit uneasy because she is a white woman, like you said, Steve. She's face-to-face and kissing mostly black and brown young men. So.
Oh, that ain't got that. It's. I don't think it's a race issue at all.
Some
I
people
don't
do,
think
yeah.
that's not how I look at it. It's not a race issue. What? So what's social media saying? The white lady kissing black players? What?
Yeah, they're saying, is this appropriate?
What?
They're feeling a bit uneasy about it.
I'm just saying.
But the players are cool with
Why?
it.
When I pull you in
If
these
it was a
shoulder
black
pads, I
mother
want you
down
to-
there kissing them,
What?
would they say it looks inappropriate? If it was a
If
black mother
If she were kissing all
the
white
players?
in the mouth?
Well, see, then these are people that's putting a racial spin on it. I don't think race is not the issue here.
Yeah.
No.
I just don't see it as that. I don't think it's a race issue. Why is an
You
act
think
of kindness turned into race? I think it's a little weird, but I don't think it's race.
Why
at
you
all.
don't kiss people on Family Feud? Why you don't do that?
Oh,
Because they
yeah.
have things now that penicillin don't work on.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say because of laws and rules.
Now,
That fool
No.
said penicillin.
No, Richard Dawson was kissing people when penicillin had an effect. They got stuff
All right,
now.
guys.
Penicillin can't do nothing with it.
Coming up next, the nephew is in the building with today's prank phone call right after this.
Spread that penicillin on some bread, make some mold, and get your ass on out of here.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Subject, roaches are a deal breaker for me. But right now, the nephew.
Why do
man,
I feel
come
like
on, man. You got to do
I
Come on, boy.
need to get me some more water.
Let's go.
Do it.
I'm finna clown on this one. Oh, I ain't read it yet.
You just heard the title.
We talking about roaches in the strawberry letter.
Roaches are a
Everybody
deal
need to
breaker
stay
for
in the
me.
car, because here I go.
But first, we got to get to the prank phone call with the nephew. What you got for us, Neff?
Choir director antics. Choir director antics. As you know, last year, church gave me this glove so that I may have healing power. Cat dog, choir director, and let's go, baby.
Love it.
Hello? Hello, I'm trying to reach Lorenzo. Lorenzo, please. Speaking. That's who's calling. Hi, this is, I'm Bernard. I'm giving you a call on behalf of Missionary Baptist Church and doing a follow-up, actually. You've been the choir director there. Right. For what, is it close to 6 years now? 5.5 years, yes. Okay. And from my understanding, you're doing a great job. Everyone seems to love what you're doing on Sunday mornings, which is definitely a blessing for the entire congregation. Right. So what I was giving you a call on is there seems to be a bit of discrepancy with some of the antics that is going on when you are directing the choir on Sunday mornings. Antics? Say again now? Yeah, come again? You said antics? Well, some of the members. Wait, who are you? Once again, I said my name is Bernard, and I'm actually calling on behalf. Bernard what? What's your last name? Sir, I'm not actually a member of. But I've been asked to give you a call and bring some things to your attention and deliver the news that the church would like for you to have. Okay. And what news is that? Well, let me get back to where I was. I was stating that some people in the congregation are actually having a problem with your antics when you're directing the choir, different things that they're not happy with. It is a sorrowful moment, I should say, for me to have to come to you and tell you that, as of today, which is Sunday, we're going to have to ask you to step down as the minister of music. Hold on one second. Maybe I'm not hearing you correctly. You have a problem with the Holy Spirit getting a hold of me? Sir, I direct the choir? Well, it's not necessarily, it's not the Holy Spirit at all. You can shout all day. That has nothing to do with it. I guess just different antics that you have, that the congregation is just not. I need you to be a little more clear on what you're saying. Antics. Please tell me what you're saying. Sir, is it that my hair's too long? Is it that I look too cute when I'm in the choir? What is it? Sir, I don't want to be the one to go tick for tack with you. Like I said, I'm not a member. No, I want you to say it. Please say it. Gordon, they fired me. They fired me today. I want you to say it, and I want to know if the pastor hired me, why didn't he fire me? Well, it's kind of like a business, It's the higher ups really keep their hands clean on these type of things. And there's always someone that has to deliver the message, and you know what? And I understand that, but I want you to explain to me what antics. Please tell me. Please tell me. Sir, I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here. No. You call to deliver the news. I need to know what antics. Okay. Are you wearing different hairstyles every other Sunday? Is your hair just completely different? And I go to the damn beauty shop every Saturday morning. I want to look cute just like everybody else want to look cute on Sunday morning. Yes, I do. Right. You got a problem with that? Sir, like I said, I'm just a messenger. I don't have a problem with what you're doing. Well, who had a problem with it? Evidently, people. Probably some of them helpers in there that I'm looking better than. Okay. Let me go ahead and ask you something else. Are you wearing blue contact lenses? I had on gray today. My damn suit was gray, so I had on gray. Tonight, when I was going back for the musical, I was going to have on green. You was going to wear green? What the is going on? Sir, Lorenzo, you were going to wear green contact lenses? You damn skippy. Okay, well, are they prescribed? They prescribed if I bought them. See, sir, Lorenzo, these are the type of antics that they're talking about. So, y'all, I want you to see it. I want you to see it. Don't say it. Please say it. I didn't. Say it. That never was stated, Lorenzo. But you asked me about my contacts. You asked me about my hair. Right, but I didn't ask you about anything else, though, Lorenzo. Well, I just want you to get to the point, please, sir. Please. So, are you representing the church or what? Are you in the HR department? I don't understand. I actually speak on behalf of Pastor. Okay. Well, I tell you what. You tell to call me himself, because I'm going to show up at the musical tonight, and I'm going to have my green contacts on with my green suit.
Lorenzo, I'm asking you now not to show up for the actual musical tonight.
And if I show up, what's going to happen?
You definitely won't be.
What's going to happen if I show up? Y'all going to put me out?
We can't put you out of the Lord's house, but you won't be playing or participating in the musical.
Y'all trying to crucify me.
Ain't nobody's trying to crucify you.
Yeah, y'all trying to crucify me.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to go back and forth.
I'm too cute for all of y'all. That's what the problem is.
Hey, look, I don't have all day. I'm passing on the message, and that's clear. I'm just letting you understand that your job is completely terminated at this point. Is that understood?
Hell no. I'm coming to the program tonight, and I'm going to turn that I've been a member there for 5.5 years, and we're going to do it right. I'll let you know who I am.
Wait.
This is what all this is all about.
It's about your antics. That's what your antics.
My antics.
This is what the congregation is talking about. Did you just hear what you said?
You never talk to me face to face. Y'all pointing fingers at me?
Sir, I'm not pointing the finger at you, sir.
Yeah, you point them at me. I'll tell you what, hold on one second. I'm going to call.
Wait just a minute. I got one more thing to say before you do that. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Sir, you're not going to talk to me in that tone. Are you listening?
You done called and disrespected me with my answer.
I got one more thing I want to say to you. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your entire mass choir.
What? Nephew who?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Lord have mercy. Let me hang up my house, folks. I'm calling Pastor right now. You laughing? I want to know who put you up to.
You all right, man?
Hell no, I ain't all right. I got to get ready for this damn program tonight.
Well, Lorenzo, look here. Turn it out, because they tell me you know how to turn a church out on Sunday morning.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You all right?
I need you to call me before you ask. That's what you need to do.
Okay, man. I got one more question for you. What is the baddest, I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show. That's first midnight every morning.
Huh? Come on now.
What I tell you?
Huh? Choir director antics, baby. Here goes some more antics. Holiday Comedy Jam is going down. That is Friday, December the 20th at the Met Philadelphia. It is me. It is Earthquake. It is J. Anthony Brown. It is the one and only Junior Kia Spates. We will be in the building. Tickets on sale right now at all Ticketmaster outlets. Now, let me see if I can explain this next one. Oh my. I can't do it, but I'm gonna tell y'all, boy, your boy moving on up. I'm moving on up in the comedy world. I'm finna tell y'all, man, y'all ain't ready for the next. I'm gonna give y'all this announcement tomorrow, and y'all gonna get it. You gonna get it. Okay? All right? I got something for you now.
All right, thank you, nephew. Can't wait. Coming up next, Strawberry Letter subject: roaches are a deal breaker for me. Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, like we're going to read this one right here, right now. You hear that? Mm-hmm.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, Strawberry Letter.
All right, Steve, get ready. Subject: roaches are a deal breaker for me. Dear Steve and Shirley, I need your help. I am 27 years old and I have lived with my fiance for 2 years. We bought our first house together and everything was great until recently, when my fiance's brother moved in with us temporarily. His brother is going through a divorce and he has lived with everyone in the family. He's worn out his welcome everywhere, so I didn't mind him staying with us for a couple of weeks till he got on his feet. A couple of weeks have turned into 2 months, and I want him out of our house. He is the nastiest man I have ever seen. Our guest bedroom smells like dirty clothes and feet when I walk by it. He hasn't washed his clothes since he's been at our house, and he takes showers twice a week. I hate it when he's in the kitchen because he leaves it a mess. The final straw was last week when I peeked in his room and saw styrofoam containers by his bed with old molded food and crumbs everywhere. But that's not the worst part. Steve and Shirley, there was a family of baby roaches on the nightstand, just feasting on all of the crumbs. I shrieked so loudly that my fiance ran in to check on me. I do not keep a nasty house, and we have never had roaches. I told my fiance that his brother had to go, and he told me to calm down because he would handle the situation. I want this man and his roaches out of my house. I know that this man doesn't have anywhere else to go. That's not my problem. My fiance has questioned my family loyalty and told me it is a deal breaker for marriage. I was shocked and thought maybe I need to reconsider marrying him too, if he thinks it's okay for his family to abuse our new home. Am I being unreasonable? Please advise. No, you're not being unreasonable, not at all. You said we bought our first house together, so it's your house too. And why should you have to put up with this or his nasty brother? If he has the nerve to question your family loyalty because you don't want to live with roaches, yes, ma'am, you should absolutely reconsider marrying him. Question him. Why is it okay for him to live with roaches? Now we all know why his brother is getting a divorce. His wife probably couldn't take it anymore either. And when is your fiance going to say something to his brother? When is he going to say to him about leaving? You clearly said in the letter that your fiance said he was going to handle it. Well, when? If not now, when? If the roaches don't do it, I mean, if the molded food and the containers and the stinky smell coming out of the room and all of that, if that didn't make him go handle it, roaches won't make him go handle it? I mean, really? Is your fiance okay with roaches? That's what you need to reconsider, because this whole letter, the brother has worn out his welcome with the rest of his family members. You were being nice, okay? So no more Mr. Nice Guy now. You all need to talk about this. It needs to all be out in the open. He needs to find somewhere else to go, and your fiance needs to handle it. And again, this is your house too, so you have every right to speak up. Steve?
Well. Roaches are a deal breaker for me. This lady's 27, lived with her fiance 2 years. They finally bought their first house together. Everything was going good until your fiance's brother moved in. His brother's going through a divorce and has lived with everyone in the family. He's worn out his welcome everywhere, so I didn't mind him staying with us for a couple of weeks till he got on his feet. Excuse me, let's back up. You don't mind him staying with y'all for a couple of weeks, but everybody else, he done wore out his welcome everywhere. So I didn't mind him staying, right there. If you done wore your welcome out everywhere, I'm not going to say I don't mind him staying with us for a couple of weeks till he got on his feet. Because you know what happened? A couple of weeks, it turned into 2 months. And I want him out of our house. This is the nastiest man I've ever seen. Our guest room smells like dirty clothes and feet when I walk by. See, let me tell you something about feet. That's a hard smell to walk past. Feet grab.
Hear this.
Feet, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Here's something. Yeah, feet grab you. Now, let me tell you something. Feet funk is actually got hands on it. It grabs you.
Oh, yeah.
It knocks you down. It shakes you to wake you up. Feet funk actually got hands. I don't mind. Then he's worn out his welcome, so I don't mind him staying with us. 2 weeks turned into 2 months. He's nasty. The bedroom smell. He ain't washed his clothes since he been at our house. He been there 2 months. He ain't washed nothing. You ain't seen a piece of laundry. Ain't nobody got 2 months worth of drawers. I'm going to tell you this right now.
What?
Nobody has 2 months supply of drawers.
No, nobody got that.
You just got 60 pair of drawers. No one has 2 months of drawers. You might have 2 months of savings. You might have 2 months worth of gas in your car. You might have 2 months worth of groceries. What you ain't got is 2 months of drawers in no damn drawer. It's probably them drawers. That ain't feet. That's something else you smelling when you go by there.
Yeah. All right, Steve, listen. Part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Right after this, roaches are a deal breaker for me.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. You were just getting into it really good, too. Subject, roaches are a deal breaker for me.
27-year-old lady been a fiance with this man for 2 years. They've lived together. They bought their first house. His brother got in trouble going through a divorce. He's lived with everybody in the family. He wore out his welcome. So I didn't mind him staying with us for a couple of weeks till he got on his feet. 2 weeks turned into 2 months, and you want him out. He is the nastiest man I've ever seen. The guest room smells like dirty clothes and feet when I walk by. That's probably something else. That ain't just feet. Yeah. He ain't washed clothes since he been in our house. And he takes showers twice a week. That's what we're talking about. See, that ain't just feet. When you take a shower twice a week, let me tell you the psychology behind people who take showers twice a week.
Break it down.
They don't like showers, and they try to avoid them until they can't stand they damn self.
That's it right there.
I guess I had to go on in here. I tried sitting here. Ooh, but I can't take me no more. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
He hasn't washed his clothes since he's been here. Takes showers twice a week. I hate it when he's in the kitchen because he leaves a mess. You're just describing a trifling person. Final straw was when I peeked in his room and I saw styrofoam containers by his bed with old molded food and crumbs everywhere. But here's the worst part, Steve and Shirley. There was a family. Now I want y'all to listen to this line. There was a family of baby roaches on the nightstand just feasting on all the crumbs. Lady, you got to really start thinking about getting out this damn house. Yes. When you see baby roaches in the daytime out and leisurely snacking on something on the nightstand,
leisurely
that means
snacking.
They crawled up the back of the nightstand. Went back down there and got his friends and came back.
Y'all come on.
Lady,
come on.
When you start seeing baby roaches, you can't count the roaches that's in that house. Once you see baby roaches, you got to set that house on fire.
Fire.
Right,
you got to burn this damn house down and try to get an insurance claim and make it look like it was something else. Because you have no idea how many damn roaches is in there. Roaches is a deal breaker. Roaches is a deal breaker for most people. I done broke up with people over roaches.
Yeah.
Seen it happen myself. Then when you saw the roach, you screamed so loud your fiance ran in to check on me. I don't keep a nasty house. Well, you do now because you moved Funky in. Funky in that extra bedroom just doing what the hell he want to. Funky. And let's just use it for all time's sake. Let's just use the radio name of one of my favorite DJs of all time, Funky Larry.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Funky Larry.
But I'm just using Funky Larry as an acronym to use to the man that's in there and you walk past his door and it smells like feet. That ain't feet, lady. When a man showers twice a week and you walk past his room and you smell what you think is feet, let me clear this up for you. Feet has a similar smell to ass from a distance.
Wait.
Need you to think about it.
Come on.
Say that one more time. Say that again.
Feet has a very similar smell to ass from a distance.
Yeah, you can't tell which one is which.
Let me tell you something. You don't know which one is which.
What is that?
Like if somebody open their butt, over there by a window, and you over here by the door, when you walk by the door, it has lost its pungency and has taken on the tone of bad feet.
What is that?
But that's ass. Clearly, I want you to understand what that is.
Okay, one more time.
Let this be the lesson from here. It is. Listen to me.
Okay.
Let me teach it to you again.
Okay.
The odor of feet has the same smell as ass from a distance. If you open up your butt and you take off your gym shoe that's been in your foot, been in it for 2 days. Now, he ain't showered for 2 days. He done took this gym shoe off and it's been in there for 2 days. If you smell it up close, it's just like somebody's butt 12 feet away. It's the same thing.
It's the same smell. It's got...
Now, the roaches is drawn to that.
Roaches think it's potpourri.
Because butt and feet to a roach is the equivalent of lemon meringue.
What?
Yeah. Butt and feet to a roach is lemon meringue to a human. I'm just teaching today. You better teach, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, you better teach.
All right, listen.
We come back, I'm going to teach you these lessons again.
Enough, Steve, please. Enough. Post your comments, please, on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM.
I'm sure.
And Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 after the hour from the talk, it is our girl, Sheryl Underwood, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, it's Carla's reality update. But right now, Steve, please introduce our girl from the talk.
Sheryl Underwood.
That's what I'm talking about, Steve Harvey, baby. I'm so happy right now because under Black Radio Solidarity, that's our movement to drive souls to the polls. Get your names on the rolls by filling out your Census 2020 forms, then have travel goals to come to D.C., where we will historically recreate the 1963 March on Washington in August of 2020. I'm happy right now. Why? Virginia is now blue, baby. They took over the State House and the Senate, and they got the governor. You know, he working things out. You know, we going to kind of ignore those things, Carla and Shirley's, you know, for us to get what we need to get. So shout out to everybody in Virginia. Kentucky might have a Democratic governor because the Democratic dude done already claimed it.
Yes,
and we
yes,
claimed it.
Yes, he did.
That he claimed it, didn't he? Then he brought it daddy up. He used to be the governor. So I'm happy this is happening. Why am I happy this is happening? First of all, to everybody that voted out there, Republican, Independent, and Democratic, we are proud that you are out here voting. You have got to vote. But I got a special shout out for all my brothers and sisters in NPHC organizations that are out there doing that service work. So Steve, shouting out to Omega Psi Phi, Tommy, Kappa Alpha Psi, all the AKs, all the Deltas, everybody, Sigma Gamma Rose, everybody out there, anybody I miss. Why am I doing this? Because I'm on my way to Tempe, Arizona to have another town hall meeting, and Chi Alpha Zeta chapter, they supported this movement so we can have this town hall meeting. It is not over. We got to be ready all the way to the November 2020 election. Warren Ballantyne will moderate while we continue to drive souls to the polls for a year. Then I got to shout out my sorrow of Zeta Phi Beta, Lonnie Daphne, for being elected the first African-American female to the West Des Moines School Board. So on behalf of Zetas all over the world, I'm throwing a big party at the Bayou Classic. You want to experience the power of Zeta? The only way you can get in, you got to get this code. It's at the Bunker Room in the Superdome. So if you want to go to this party, we're going to have food. We're going to have fun. It's November the 29th. The only way you can get in, find a Zeta right now. Food, fun, Fellowship, Bayou Classic, See Me Sarahs. I'm out, Steve Harvey.
All right, Sheryl Underwood.
Love you, Sheryl.
Congratulations, too.
You know it.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Carla's reality update right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Tommy, let's go.
Well, it's that time, Shirley. Get ready. She is here. Carla
crazy?
Farrell with what? Reality update.
Thank you, nephew. Well, Steve, I need that girl. Come on, Steve.
You ain't said nothing yet.
Okay, well, wait till I tell you this. The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Come on, girl.
They are back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What?
No,
They back.
Uh-huh.
They back.
Girl,
back.
that's what I've been waiting for.
I know every day you've been waiting on it. Well, here we go. This past Sunday, finally, right? The season premiere, season 12. Season 12 of right? Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Nene was not on the show. Kenya Moore is back.
Yes, she is.
And the show was focused. Yes, she is back. And the show kind of focused on Candy, Portia, Cynthia, Eva. Eva's back, and Kenya. Now, rumor has it that Nene will be on maybe the third episode of this season. And that she wasn't on the first two episodes because I hear she was dealing with contract issues, and also she was kind of salty that Kenya is back. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. Anyway, Nene and Cynthia, they kind of fell out last season. Their friendship is over. So that's that. But it's all.
Name one housewife that.
I'm listening.
What's her name?
Nene.
Not
Candy?
not Kenya.
Nene.
Name one housewife that Nene ain't fell out with.
Well, you got us there.
It ain't one.
Yeah, I was going to say Marlo, but that's not true because they fell out, too.
She fell out with Marlo, too. Yeah, Marlo's a friend of the Housewives. So, yeah, she's pretty much had beef with pretty much everybody on the show.
Keeps the show
But anyway, the show is a lot about babies this season. Kenya's beautiful daughter, Brooklyn, we got to see her. She's on the show. And Kenya on the show is talking about dealing with a long-distance marriage to her husband, Mark, who's in New York. And so she's dealing with, it's hard being in a long-distance marriage and flying back and forth and trying to see the baby and raising this baby. So you see that going on in Kenya's life. Portia's life, Portia just had her beautiful daughter, PJ, and it was rumored that her baby daddy, fiance, Dennis, was fooling around. So they're not together on the show. They're not together. And so Portia's having a hard time dealing with that with her new baby and her family. Her mom and sister, they're there supporting her. Todd and Candy.
Where's Sheree?
Sheree is not on the show. She wasn't there last season either. Sheree is gone. Y'all got to let that go. She's not there
I
on
ain't
the
watching
show.
till Sheree come back. I'm just telling you.
All right. Well, it's going to probably be a minute then. And Todd and Candy, they are having a baby via surrogate.
What you say, Steve?
Yeah. Candy and Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Candy and Todd, they are having a baby via surrogate, and so you get to see that journey that they're on. So that's why I said this season is a lot about babies. And then finally, Cynthia, she has been dropping a lot of hints to her man, Mike Hill. She wants to get married. Now, Steve, you introduced them, and so she's been posting wedding gowns on the gram and everything. She's dropping a lot of hints, and Mike is telling her to chill out, let the process happen, let me propose, don't rush me into this. Yeah. So let it happen. So that's the thing with Cynthia. So that was the first episode. And then finally, before I run out of time, on the scripted TV show Power, I just want to know, child, are y'all coping? How are y'all coping with the fact that Ghost was shot? How are y'all doing? I
knew it. I knew
You
it.
knew
I
it.
knew it at the beginning of this season. Somebody gonna pop a cap in Ghost.
All right, hit me
Yeah,
up
it
at
wasn't
Lips
really
by
that
Carla. We'll talk
difficult.
about it. Steve knew it was going to happen. We can talk about Power and Real Housewives of Atlanta 20 after. We'll be back. Holla.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, in trending music news, apparently Chris Brown was really serious about his yard sale, guys. A few weeks after announcing plans to sell off designer duds from brands like Gucci, Balenciaga, and Supreme at knockoff prices, Breezy came across with the details. He posted his actual home address on Instagram, encouraging followers to come by and buy some of his old stuff for cheap. Really? Have you ever done that, Steve?
He put his home address on the gram.
Mm-hmm. To sell off
Wait,
his
that's
stuff.
a good idea. Uncle Steve with a
we've
yard
never
sale.
done. No, we use thereal.com.
Oh, yeah.
And we put all of the designer stuff up on there, and they sell it, and we take the proceeds. They get a fee for selling it,
Yeah,
but we
they
take
do.
the proceeds and we give it to our foundation. And last year we made a really, really big financial donation to our.
cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking like
That's
the president,
smart.
president right now. A really big, really huge, something really huge.
Terrific.
Something really huge.
But I want you to do it in
Something
the yard.
so good, so big. No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do no yard sale out here watching stuff on the table. I'm not finna do that.
Gotta keep your eyes moving at a yard sale.
Show them you real, dog. Do it from the yard.
I am real on thereal.com. Put all kinds of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chris Brown did it. He just cut out the middleman. Yeah. All right. Guys, we got more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
David Letterman, Ice Cube, George Wallace. Those were just a few of the people who spoke at John Witherspoon's homegoing service. The 77-year-old passed away suddenly after going into cardiac arrest at his home in Sherman Oaks last week. Letterman, who started off in the comedy game with John, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, and Jay Leno, kicked off the celebration. He said, "I can't tell you the disappointment that this day brings me because John was supposed to speak at my funeral. Now, what am I going to do?" He joked before adding, "If you're interested, sign up in the lobby." Meanwhile,
Wow.
Meanwhile, Ice Cube had a touching tribute to John Witherspoon, and he spoke about how John could take any script, no matter how bad it was, and make
Flip
it
it.
something special. He probably summed up the sentiment on of the day when he said the world is just not as funny without John Witherspoon. Others who paid tribute to the legend included Cedric the Entertainer and Bill Bellamy. Regina King wasn't able to be at the service, but she sent along a video tribute. The Witherspoon family asked that instead of flowers, donations be made to the Actors Fund or the Angela and John Witherspoon Family Foundation for the Arts. Wow, he was loved.
Wow.
He really was.
Man.
When you see those types of people coming to a funeral and speaking, taking the time out, that says a lot, man. It really, really does. That the life you lived counted and mattered to so many. So that's great.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah.
news.
In other entertainment news, ABC will show a live recreation of 2 of 70 sitcoms in front of a studio audience the week before Christmas. Get ready for All in the Family. It will be followed by Good Times. The cast for Good Times will be announced in the coming weeks. Wow. The All in the Family and the Jeffersons live recreation was a ratings winner. You remember that back in May with Jamie Foxx playing George Jefferson. Remember that? ABC recreated shows from multiple Emmy-winning Norman Lear creations. Woody Harrelson and Marissa Tomei played the iconic lead roles of Archie and Edith
It was
Bunker.
good. I remember that.
Oh, it was.
It was.
Man, it was really good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Guys, we got more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we are back. Last break of the day. Here is Steve with just one more thing in our closing remarks.
I want to give you an analogy, everybody, that I came up with a long time ago about reaping the harvest of your labor. I think that's what all of us want to do. Most folks I know don't mind working. So if you work, you want to get paid. You want to reap a benefit. So growing up around the farm with my uncle and my grandfather, I learned some things about farming that I've applied to my current life. I'm going to share it with you today. If you look at yourself as a farmer, which we all are all trying to grow some crop that will one day benefit us in selling at the market or being able to have a big spread and eat and sustain our life. That's how we look at it. But before you can benefit from this, you got to till the earth. You got to till the ground. You got to get out there and you got to turn that soil over and flip it over to prime it and getting ready for planting. So when you plant, you want to make rows. So let's say you walk your mule down to the end of the row with a plow attached to it. When you get down to the end of the row, you stop. You're going to go back to the beginning of that row and you're going to start dropping seeds in the ground and cover them up with your hand as you go. This is how you start the process to be a success. After you've covered it, it takes a long time. This is not a day's process now. I'm giving you something that happens over years. You go back down to that row after you plant all your seeds and you cover them. You hook yourself back up to the plow and you come all the way down that row back to where you started to make your second row. You unhook yourself from the plow and you go back up there and you drop some more seeds in the ground and you start covering them up till you're all the way back at your plow, which is one row over from the row you first started in. Now, when you look at your row that you first started in, it's time to start watering the seeds that you planted. And you walk down there and you water. You come back down to the beginning, you hook yourself up to the plow, and you start making your third row of seeds. You got to constantly be planting. You got to constantly be planting seeds. And when you make that third row and you get down at the top, you go back to the second row and you start watering that row. Well, by the time you get to around row 5 of planting, row 1 is starting to sprout. There's some crop coming up out the ground. And when that crop comes out the ground, what you don't want to do is go over there and start eating it right away, because it ain't even came to fruition. It's not full-bearing fruit or full-bearing corn. You're just going to be eating stalks. So you got to be patient and let it grow so it can turn into something. Now, along the way, you start making your other rows. You got to go back every now and then. You got to put out pesticides because the haters is coming. You got to put pesticides out to protect from against the little haters, the little people that's trying to eat your crops before they grow up. Put some pesticides out. So you go down there and you keep planting your rows, and you got 30 rows made. 30 rows, you look down there, row 1 starting to bear fruit. Now you can go down there and you can start eating off of row 1. But row 30 still needs to be tended to. Row 15 needs fertilizer. You need water sometimes. Sometimes you got to cut them back. Sometimes you got to walk back through your crops and check for weeds. Have you hired somebody, or you allowed a relative or a friend to infiltrate your plan and they down there just messing up your garden, digging holes in it and knocking over your crop? You got to go back and you got to de-weed your crops. You got to get rid of some people, because if you're not careful, they back there messing up what you done worked for. And just keep planting rows. Just keep planting seeds. You just keep covering up with dirt. You just keep watering them. You keep going back and provide pesticides until you look up and you got so many rows. And the further you look back, there's more crops coming up out the ground. There's more trees bearing fruit. There's more corn stalks producing corn. And now you can go back and eat. That's what they call fruits of your labor. That's when you can go back and you can start eating. But you got to constantly tend to the garden, man, because the pesticides are always a problem. The weeds growing up amongst your crops is always a problem. We are all farmers in life. We are all hoping to reap the benefits. Now, sometimes as a farmer, a drought hits. Ain't no water. Sometimes as a farmer, a flood come through. These are the things that happen in life all the time. Because floods and droughts hit farmers, they don't stop farming. They know they got to start again. And they just do it because they understand that's the process of reaping the benefits of harvesting from your labor. They understand that. So farmers don't stop farming because the drought comes. They run through the dry spell and they just keep planting because they know the sun is coming up. They know that the flood's going to dissipate. and they're gonna have to be, and then they'll be successful. Keep planting, everybody. Keep tending to your garden. Keep guarding yourself against the haters with the pesticide. Keep getting out the weeds out your garden. Tend to your crops. They will pay off in the long run. Because all of us at the end of the day is just a bunch of farmers out here. That's all it is. All right, y'all have a great one, man.
Hey,
thank you.
Just trying to keep you encouraged.
Hey,
keep farming.
You do that.
I'm going to do it, huh?
You do that.
So we finna open up our own Whole Foods or something?
All of that he just told you, and that's what you got out of that? That we're going to open up our own?
I mean, we finna get some tractors. I mean, some, you know what I mean when I say
garden tools.
Yeah. And how many rows we got? You said row 30, row 50. How many?
He's so stupid.
I mean,
oh my God.
What we should do is do weed and food. That way we sell weed, then people get the money.
Stop saying we. Get your own garden.
We need a weed/grocery store.
Steve, that was brilliant closing remarks. Your
Very
nephew
profound.
on the other hand.
Spend all my time trying to encourage people.
Ain't got no mentoring yet.
Steve, take us home, please.
No mentoring.
I said have a great weekend. He messed that up.
It's Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. I'm working this weekend anyway. So.
You gonna be in the field?
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.